Hello, dear students. How are you? Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, the major periods in the history of English literature. There are 8 major periods that we are going to talk about. So the first one, but before emerging in the topic, those periods are characterized by specific literary styles, themes, and cultural, social, and political influences that shape the writing of the time. So the first period, Old English, 450 to 1100. This period, also known as Anglo-Saxon, was the earliest form of the English language and was spoken from about 450 to 1100. This period in English literature is notable for the composition of epic poems such as Beowulf, which was written in Old English and is considered one of the greatest works of Anglo-Saxon literature. Other notable works from this period include the Battle of Maldon, the Dream of the Rood, and Cædmon's High. These works reflect the cultural, religious, and political values of Anglo-Saxon society, as well as their fascination with heroism, faith, and the supernatural. The second period, Middle English, from 1100 to 1500. This period was the form of the English language spoken from about 1100 to 1500. And during this period, the Norman conquest of 1066 had a significant impact in the English language, as Norman French became the language of the ruling class and was used for literary administrative purposes. As a result, Middle English was heavily influenced by French and Latin, and it is characterized by a significant shift in pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. In terms of literature, Middle English saw the development of various genres, including romance, mystery plays, and religious poetry. Some notable works from this period include Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer, and the Pearl. These works reflect the cultural and religious values of the time, as well as the emergence of a national identity and a growing interest in individual experience. The third period, the Renaissance, from 1500 to 1660. The Renaissance was a period of a great artistic, cultural, and intellectual growth in Europe, and it had a profound impact on English literature. During this period, the focus shifted from religion and tradition to human potential and the individual, and the values of classical civilization were discovered and embraced. In terms of literature, the Renaissance is notable for the development of the science, the revival of classical epic poetry, and the emergence of the drama as a major literary form. Some of the most notable writers of the Renaissance include William Shakespeare, Edmund Spenser, Christopher Marlowe, and Ben Jonson. Their works reflect the changing attitudes of the time, as well as a growing interest in exploring human nature, emotions, and personal experience. The Renaissance also saw the introduction of new printing techniques, which made books more widely available and helped to spread ideas and knowledge throughout Europe. The period of the Restoration and the 18th century, from 1660 to 1785. This period were a time of great political, social, and cultural change in England. Following the Puritan Commonwealth and the Protectorate, the monarchy was restored in 1660, and the country entered a period of stability and prosperity. This period is known as the Restoration, and it is characterized by a return to a more relaxed and sophisticated society, as well as a renewed interest in classical literature and learning. In terms of literature, the Restoration and the 18th century saw the emergence of new forms, such as the novel and the essay, as well as the development of satire, which was used to comment on the follies of society. Some of the most notable writers of this period include John Dryden, Alexander Pope, Samuel Johnson, and Jonathan Swift. Their works reflect the changing attitude of the time, which was a cultural movement in the 18th century, also had a significant impact on literature, as writers sought to promote reason, freedom, and equality through their works.